Hi, Erin.
Hello.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on back, over.
Loud and clear, CJ.
Thank you very much.
Good evening and welcome to the Allegheny Clarion Valley School Board Workshop meeting for March 9th, 2026. The AC Valley workshops are conducted virtually, and the link to access the workshop is always posted to acvsd.org website. During the workshop, I will provide the school board members and the community with additional information on agenda items listed on this month's workshop agenda. With that being said, feel free to jump in and make comments and ask questions at any time as I progress through the workshop. Ms. Patton, could you please conduct a roll call at this time?
Adams.
Here.
Patty Anderson. Carrie Amagast.
Here.
Wesley Baum.
Here.
Bob Best. John Burke. Brady Fight.
Here.
Todd Gallagher.
Here.
And Diane Page. Thank you.
Sir, just for the record, John and Bob are on. Maybe they were having mic issues.
Okay, thank you.
Sure. At this time, we don't have anybody from the public on our agenda to address the school board, but we do have several presentations for next Monday. Starting off with our student representative, Maddie Myers. She will provide an update from the high school. Nancy Roundsley, project manager from Mazzaro, will be here to provide you with an update on the project she's overseeing. Karen Farkas will be here. There are a couple agenda items below that she'd like to address with the school board. Children's Summer Feeding Initiative being one of them, and a Hope for a Journey is another foster care program that she'd like to talk with us about. In addition to that, Logan Green, our K through 12 band music teacher and band director, he's going to be presenting some information on marching band uniforms. He has an AC Valley uniform and a concerns for this evening. Hearing none, we'll continue down through the consent agenda. And Aaron, if you could take us to the conferences and field trip request. I'll provide some additional info. Thank you. Starting off with kindergarten, they're taking a different trip this year. They're going to Camp Kaufman, and they'll be participating in a scavenger hunt, nature hike, and so much more, according to their request that they have in there. They'll also explore various ecosystems and experience certain patterns in nature. Second grade, they'll be going to the Clarendon County Park. They've done this trip in the past. They'll be working with the Keystone Smiles and AmeriCorps for agricultural safety days. We have Mrs. Redding, our food service director. She submitted a request to go to the regional meeting. It's in Washington, PA, and she'll be provided with updates, industry standards, trends, and collaborate with other colleagues. We also have Rachel Paz. She's our gifted coordinator. She'll be attending a 2-day event for propaganda and current events. It's a junior, senior high school, and elementary competition. Next up, we have Jennifer Stover and Allie Hood. They submitted a request to go to intermediate unit number 6 for an ELA training, and they'll be extending and refining strategies from previous sessions. They hope to deepen student analysis and examine student work. We also have Cheryl Griffin. She's our math teacher at the West 2 program. She's going to be attending a personal finance standards training at the IU as well. And we do have the West 2 personal finance curriculum in front of you this month as well. We have Mrs. Namelli, our elementary art teacher, who's also very involved in the STEAM program down here. She's taking kids up for, I think it's the third year in a row to the STEM Next Challenge. And that's where the students are able to present information and get creative with various projects. And then finally, we have 5th grade. They'll be going to Drakewell Museum, and it's the birthplace of modern petroleum, and it's hands-on and standard-based learning experiences. Are there any questions about the conferences and field trips in front of you this evening? Okay, hearing none, we'll continue down through the consent agenda. Letter B, we don't have any subs on the list at this time. And letter C is a request from Cherry Tree Township K9 SAR program. And what that is a search and rescue team. They're located out of Titusville. They expand over various counties around us. And they also have their own liability insurance. And they came up to use the campus on occasion, depends on their call outs, but I've been contacted through Gabby Hetzler, who's an AC Valley graduate in the past, and we just wanted to formalize the request, support the local program, and open up our facility, and they'll take good care of it whenever they're here, and normally notify the director of maintenance whenever they're on campus. And they're also willing to participate in any kind of job fair, and also use some of our students for volunteer hours. So we made a really good connection there with one of our past graduates. D, E, and F come from Alyssa Wingard. She's our volleyball coach. She's going to be utilizing the facilities for Varsity Volleyball Summer League, annual volleyball tournament, and a JV varsity volleyball camp. And it's great to see those coaches working with our student athletes in the off season. Next 2 items, G and H, are from Karen Farkas, is what I alluded to earlier. She's going to put on a Saturday program that would be free to the AC Valley teachers and open it up for other community members. It's Hope for the Journey, and it's tied into foster care and working with students. And then she's also willing to participate with the school district and Chapel on the Hill local church to do a food service program this summer. And we have several families in need, and the plan is to go and gather the food, store it at the elementary school, and we'll contact the families once a week, and they'll have to be responsible to come in to get the food. But there will be food spread out for the entire month of June, and I think that's just great that we can partner with friends like that. On page 2, we have several parents who's going to volunteer with us for the second grade field trip. Everybody's listed. We have several employees and PTO members and current volunteers. So all the clearances are on file, and Sarah has them. And then finishing off the consent agenda, we do have a request from our partner Pre-K Counts and Tracy Fonts. She'd like to have their annual open house on Wednesday, April 8th, 4 to 6. And we do that each and every year. Moving into finance and purchase, we got several items that we'll be approving next Monday and hearing from Stacy Redding. So I'll direct your attention to letter I. That's a half of the first month bill for Nancy's project manager services. We have that in front of you this evening, and it will be paid for by the bond. And then letter J, we just had a football field committee meeting to review the RFP to finish off the football field project, kind of phase 2 of the project. And we're working with Jeff Fowler and Amos Rudolph to develop this RFP. The committee is in agreement with it. We are going to address the drainage issue. We're going to expand the playing area by 30 feet and utilize a subsoiler to help alleviate soil compaction. We're going to apply 1 inch of high quality tested compost. We're going to work with a qualified field construction specialist to laser grade the topsoil and adjust the grading on the adjacent hill to meet the school's 4-to-1 slope. And we're also making a recommendation to add additional lights, replace the old lights from the light post, reuse the current post, and add that into the RFP. We're also making a recommendation to use sod instead of grass, and that's 18 months worth of growth, and that comes highly recommended from Jeff Fowler. I just got off the phone with him. He called me right before the meeting. He's available for phone calls. He's at a job that he can't be here this evening or next Monday. Just keep in mind that the projected cost would be around $560,000 total. With the phase 2 of this football field renovation, we originally had in our budget $753,000. So even though we had to go back and make some revisions and clean up certain areas of that football field, it's still underneath budget.
Dave, a quick question for you. This is Todd Gallagher. What does the sod add versus the just going with the planted grass?
The rough numbers that we just talked about was about $75,000 with the sod and the grass, and I mean the seeds, and then the reseeding labor and additional work going into that would be roughly half of that.
Okay.
And those are just rough numbers that we had talked
about. Not
as
much as I thought it would be, but yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Letter K, that's a discussion that came up with the new track equipment and football equipment that we have. You know, I'd like to bring that up to have a discussion with the school board about adding a pool building back in that area to store our equipment. You know, James was trying to be fiscally responsible and get a storage container in here. And I think Todd might have brought it up, and I have a storage container at home as well, and they sweat on the inside quite a bit in the summertime. You can put vents in there, but it doesn't truly eliminate it. And I think with all the equipment that we have, that's something that I'd like to bring up to the school board and have a discussion. That was not in the original bond numbers that we had, but it was something that, you know, I think the school board should consider at this time. In addition to that, we have letter L is a pay application number 4 for Fred Burns. He's our general contractor in the auditorium of just over $33,000. And once we approve that, Courtney will process it. And then finally, under finance and purchase, we did accept another donation in memory of Jim Marin from IBEW Local 29 of $200. That's going into the basketball and the golf programs. Any questions or comments on finance before we move into personnel? Letter A, that's a motion that we've had on the agenda since I started here about getting 6 AC Valley High School kids to work and help in the summertime. We split them in between the 2 buildings, 3 in each building. We do a massive amount of work. Last year, we did increase their pay to $13 per hour. So we are making a recommendation to keep that and have James work with the building principal to find 6 qualified students. Letter B is a discussion that we had with the Finance Committee. And since we just got off of 2 positive budget years, our recommendation is to hire on 2 additional elementary teachers. And the reason why we're making this recommendation is to ensure that we have 3 teachers per grade level at the elementary school, and that'd be K through 6th grade, and that would lower down the numbers. We've been showing some data that the students in the grades with 2 class teachers have not been progressing the way some of the other classes with 3. So that would be 2 additional elementary teachers, just for clarification. And then letter C is a K through 6 special education teacher to work at the elementary. This person will be working across all grade levels, and it will be replacing a retiring teacher. So we had Tracy Hetrick submit her letter of retirement, and we're just going to have to meet with our staff, do a bidding meeting at the elementary school, and then we'll go out for posting. We do have a table at a job fair at Slippery Rock University that we'll be sending administrators over to hopefully recruit some highly qualified teachers. Letter D is a letter of resignation from Jess Quinn, our varsity head basketball coach. We appreciate the time that Jess put in. And we're also going to put a couple motions in front of you to advertise for that position. And what we've done here at AC Valley is we've opened up the head basketball or head sports coaching position, get that person hired on, and then have them work with the administration to find their assistants. So we're making a recommendation to advertise for the head, and then also we'll fill the assistants. We did encourage all the assistants to apply for the vacancies again, and then we'll be moving forward with our basketball program. On the top of page 3, we still have 1 softball coach position that we have to fill. We have 2 applicants. The AD and high school principal are going to interview and make a recommendation for hire next Monday. And then letter H and I are interconnected as the current superintendent enters his final year of the contract and prior to retirement for the 26-27 school year. We're making a recommendation to hire an assistant to the superintendent so I could help to train my replacement. So this would be a 1-year position. We'd bring somebody in, and once I retire, the assistant superintendent will be appointed into the superintendent position, and then this position will go away. With that being said, we do have a job description. I sent it out to the school board members today. We have it on file, and we'll yeah, Bob, we post everything in-house as well as in the local newspapers on the website. Okay, yeah, Bob was just saying his mic's not working. So we'll be working, we'll do a statewide search for the assistant to the superintendent position, and hopefully make a recommendation and get somebody hired on for the existing, for the entirety of the 26-27 school year. And then moving down through the agenda, letter J, we did move one of our part-time cafeteria workers into the head cook position, so we need to fill that position. We have 3 candidates that Mrs. Redding will be interviewing, and we'll make a recommendation for Monday as well. 1 is on our sub list. And then letter K is a discussion that I've been having with Ms. Chalmers in the business office. And if you recall, last year at this time, we had a business manager and an assistant business manager. And when Mrs. Morrison moved on, Courtney's been kind of doing a dual role with the help of EDM, and that's our financial partners. And we have Ellen Newman coming down 1 to 2 days a week and is helping out. But we do have some additional work that needs to be done. So we're working on a job description and would like to make a recommendation to hire a part-time administration assistant administrator in the business office as well. So somebody to assist Courtney at this time. And the exact title would be administrative assistant to the business office and transportation director. And then letter L, we did get a letter of retirement from James Stantz. James been with the district since 2009, does a great job, works tirelessly at the junior senior high school to help push our initiatives. And his last day is going to be May 31st, 2026. And then with that being said, we will also have to fill that position. So we'll approve the motion to advertise. I'll be working with James to find a replacement and make a recommendation in the near future. I know we covered a lot during personnel. I'll pause to see if there's any questions or comments at this time. Okay, hearing none, we'll continue down through instructional services. We reviewed the 26-27 AC Valley District calendar last month, and we have it very closely aligned with the Career Center calendar at this time. There's only 1 or 2 days that we're not both in session. With that being said, we do have 3 built-in snow days. We have 3 remote learning days, and then all other snow days, if needed, will be added to the end of the school year. Our teacher in-service day would be August 24th and 25th. Students' first day would be August 26th, 2026. Students' last day will be Thursday, May 27th, and we'll have graduation on that Wednesday, the 26th, as we've been doing the last few years. The other change that I had that I'd like to make a recommendation for is to add a early dismissal at the end of the first 9 weeks. And that would provide our teachers with time to meet with parents, to provide professional development for them, and also to work on their grading as well. Outside of that, the calendar stays very similar as what we've had the last couple years. I know Brady and I have talked about those early dismissals, and they will have a negative impact on the students going to the Career Center. So we'll be working on maybe sending a bus up there or having the students drive up there. I'm also double checking the number of hours required for program completion. I know right now cosmetology, those girls and guys have to go up there in the summertime to complete their hours. And we send our kids up there and they get about 2 hours and 20 minutes per day. So we're going to double check those hours to make sure everything's good. But preliminarily looking into it, Ted Pappas, who's the interim up there right now, doesn't see an issue with that, but he's checking with the state to double check our numbers. But as presented, I think that we have a really good 26-27 calendar in front of you. And then we also have 2 courses for the West 2 program in front of you, financial literacy, and that's a state requirement, and then everyday living. And Dr. Jeffel is going to review those courses next Monday, so I don't want to go into great detail about them right now. She's been working on them with her teachers. So we're glad to be adding relevant courses to the West 2 program. At this time, we don't have any policies in front of you. James will provide a facilities report. We don't have anything for transportation. And the one item under letter C, we did get correspondence from the Pennsylvania Department of Education. It was about our audit. As a provider of the federal financial assistance, the Pennsylvania Department of Education has reviewed the single audit report for the Allegheny Clarion Valley School District for the year ending in June 30th, 2025. Accordingly, the department is pleased to inform you that with respect to the federal financial assistance program funded by this agency, your single audit report for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025 is approved as being substantially in compliance with 2 CRF Part 200 subsection F. So that's a good bit of information, especially as we're transitioning with the business officers. And Courtney did a really good job providing Turnlings with all the information. And we learned and grew throughout that process as well. And we did have a football field committee meeting beforehand, and I just briefly reviewed part of that committee with you and some of the notes that were shared during that discussion. And we'll have some more reports from the other committees that have met available for you next Monday. At this time, I don't have any old business, but we do have 2 items of new business. And the first one is Diane Page had notified me today that she is resigning from the school board. And Diane's been a fantastic school board member and served the district for many years. And she's done a lot of really good work for us. So we appreciate her time on the board. But with that being said, we will have to put a motion on for Monday to advertise to fill her seat. And then in April, we'll approve or interview at the very least, if we have more than one candidate, a replacement for Diane. So I do appreciate everything that she's done over the years. And then also late today, we got email from Lauren McNanny, our softball coach, and she'd like to propose a softball trip. So we'll have that on the agenda for you on Monday. And then Lauren's also going to show up to be able to answer any kind of questions that you may have for her. So is there any questions or comments before we adjourn the meeting this evening? Hearing none, I appreciate everybody's time today, and go outside and enjoy the nice weather, and have a great day.
Thanks, David. Have a good one.
Thanks.